I stop shrinking, my abundance is finally allowed to expand. I used to fold myself to fit the space I was given. Used to keep my dreams just small enough for living. Quietly, carefully, never taking up too much room. Today I let that old, careful woman finally bloom. You were never meant to stay small. Expansion is not danger, it is home. Something in my chest is finally letting go of its edges. Something in me is stepping past all the old ledges. I feel the walls I built softening one by one. I feel a bigger life quietly beginning to come. I stop shrinking and my abundance finally expanded. I stopped shrinking and my whole life finally landed in a bigger space than I ever let myself believe. I stopped shrinking, now I finally receive. I used to think small was safer, small was kind. I used to think my bigness would leave someone behind. But the world did not shrink when I finally grew. It simply made more room for the fullness of who I am, who I always knew. Every time I made myself smaller to keep the peace. Every time I dimmed my light so others could increase. I release it now gently without a single fight. I let myself expand into my own fullest light. I stopped shrinking, my abundance finally expanded. I stopped shrinking and my whole life space than I ever let myself believe. I stopped shrinking, now I finally receive. 5 to 8 hertz, expanding beyond the old walls. You were allowed to take up this much space. I think of every room I entered and made myself less. Every table where I folded to ease someone's stress. I will not do it anymore, I will not shrink again. I expand into the woman I was always meant to begin. I stopped shrinking and my abundance finally expanded. I stopped shrinking and my whole life finally landed in a bigger space than I ever let myself believe. I stopped shrinking, now I finally fully receive. The walls are down now, the edge is finally clear. The life I'm expanding into is the one I wanna hear. No more folding down, no more making myself less. I expand into abundance, I finally say stop shrinking, my life is finally wide. I stop shrinking, abundance is now my guide. Money is drawn to a woman standing in her full size. I stop shrinking, I expand beneath open skies. You were always allowed to expand. The shrinking is over now. Grow freely. I expand, I expand, I expand. I am bigger, I am finally as big as I am. I take up space, I take up space. The shrinking is over, the shrinking is finally over. I stop shrinking, my abundance expands now. A river does not shrink to fit an old bank. It simply widens and the land makes room. So do you. The world does not shrink when you grow. It simply makes more room. I activate my expansion. I am the woman who finally takes up her full space. I used to measure my worth by how little I required. Used to think smallness was somehow more admired. Today I measure nothing, I simply let myself grow. Today my expansion is the only truth I know. You were always allowed to be this big. The world can hold all of you. Expanding. Something ancient in me is finally reaching wide. Something patient in me has nothing left to hide. I feel my whole being stretching toward the sun. I feel the fullness of a life that has only begun. I activate my expansion, I activate my growth. Money moves toward a woman living in her most abundant, spacious, unshrinking, wide open way. I activate my expansion, starting today. I used to think staying small kept everyone at ease. Used to fool myself down just to please. But the ones who truly love me want me full and vast, want me expanding freely, built to last. No more measuring my life by how little it takes. No more shrinking my dreams for anyone else's sake. I take the space my full expansion requires. I activate my growth, I answer my soul's desires. Activate my expansion, I activate my growth. Abundance moves toward a woman living in her most abundant, spacious, unshrinking, wide open way. I activate my expansion, starting today. 528 Hertz. Activating your expansion. You're allowed to grow this big. I think of every dream I once cut down to size, every version of me who learned to compromise. I will not do it anymore, I will not shrink again. I activate the fullness fullness of the woman I begin. I activate my expansion, I activate my growth. Money moves toward a woman living in her most abundant, spacious, unshrinking, wide open way. I activate my expansion fully. Starting today, I unfold into expansion like a field finds a spring. I unfold into the fullness of everything, no longer small, no longer waiting for a sign. My expansion is activated, my expansion is finally mine. I activate my growth, I activate my space. I am the woman who finally feels the place. Abundance recognizes a woman standing in her truth. I activate my expansion fully. In this room, you are always allowed to grow this wide. The old smallness can rest now. Expand into it. I grow, I grow, I grow. I am bigger, I am finally as big as I know. I stand, I stand, I stand. The expansion is activated, the expansion is finally at hand. I activate my expansion, I claim my full space. A flame does not dim itself to make a room comfortable. It simply burns at its full size. So do you. Expansion was never too much to ask. It was always yours. I received the expansion I finally allowed. It lands in me fully and completely. It comes in ways I did not force or plan. A bigger life, a wider room, an open hand. The universe rearranging quietly, placing more space directly in front of me. Let the bigger life arrive now. Expansion was never too much to ask. Something in me softens when the bigger life arrives. Something in me finally believes that I can thrive. I stop bracing for the smallness to return. I let the wider life I built finally gently confirm. Now my abundance finally fully expands. I let the bigger life land in my own two hands. I no longer shrink to fit an old tight frame. My abundance expands, and I welcome it by name. I used to doubt the bigness I dared to want and grow. Used to brace for the old, shrinking every day, every blow. But the space keeps widening exactly as I planned. The expansion is real now, held gently in my hand. I was taught to expect the same old smallness returning. Now I know the expansion is simply my own turning. I release the doubt of a bigger life arriving. I release the fear of finally fully thriving. Now my abundance finally fully expands. I let the bigger life land in my own two hands. I no longer shrink to fit an old tight Receive, receive, the expansion is real. 5 to 8 hertz, softening every doubt. I think of every white space I was afraid to fill, every bigger dream I quietly kept still. I open my arms now to the life I finally made. I let it fully arrive. I let it finally stay. Now my abundance finally fully expands. I let the bigger life land in my own 2 hands. I no longer shrink to fit an old tight frame. My abundance expands, and I finally fully welcome it by name. My hands are open now, no longer clenched or closed. My life is open now, no longer guarded, no longer posed. I let the wider space find every part of me. My abundance expands fully, finally, gently to me. The expansion is real now, the small and the great. The expansion is real now. I no longer make myself wait. The bigger life I built has found its way to me at last. My abundance expands, gently, fully, unsurpassed. Let it in fully now. You built this, let it be true. Expand, expand, expand. I expand, I expand, I expand. The life is real, the life I finally understand. I am filled, I am filled, I am filled. The bigger life is here, the bigger life is finally here. I receive, I allow, I am living expanded. My abundance has finally arrived. A seed does not doubt the season. It simply grows when the season finally comes. So did your expansion. So did your expansion. Gratitude is how I tell my new life, stay. Thank you for this expansion. Thank you for the woman who stopped shrinking. I look back at the walls that quietly fell, the timing I could not have planned or foretold. Every unexpected room, a gentle token of a life that was never truly broken. Gratitude multiplies. What you bless returns. I feel how far I've come from where I began. I feel the woman who finally took up her stand. I feel the softness of a life finally lived wide. I feel the peace of an expansion I finally get to ride. I am the woman whose abundance finally expanded. I am grateful for the wealth. I am grateful I withstood it. I bless what I have. I bless what's to grow. I live inside this bigness now. I finally know. I thank the version of me who dared to stop shrinking. I thank the courage beneath all my quiet thinking. I thank the money finding me in ways I did not earn. expansion, the glory. I bless this life I finally let begin. I am the woman whose abundance finally expanded. I am grateful for the wealth, I am grateful I withstood it. I bless what I have, I bless what's to grow. I trust the space in between. I finally know. Thank you. Thank you. It is done. 5, 2, 8 hertz. Settling into peace. I am grateful for the walls I stopped keeping tall. Grateful for the shrinking I stopped doing at all. Grateful for every space I stopped minimizing. Grateful for a life I stopped apologizing for. I am the woman whose abundance finally expanded. I am grateful for the wealth, I am grateful I withstood it. I bless what I have, I bless what's to grow. I live inside this bigness now, and now I finally know. I am grateful for the woman who stopped making herself small. Grateful for the bigness that finally answered her call. Grateful for the fullness I finally let be mine. I am the woman who expanded now and for all time. My expansion is mine now, the ending and the start. Grateful for the woman growing fully from her heart. Grateful for the wealth that finally found its home. I am the woman who expanded. I am never alone. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this expansion. It is already yours. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. I am whole, I am finally fully whole. I am home, I am home, I am home, I am home. The expansion is complete. The expansion is finally mine. I am grateful, I am expanded. My abundance finally grew. A tree does not thank the rain once and stop growing. Gratitude is a practice, not a moment. Let it be yours.